We must pay homage to him.
Welcome to the Heavy Spoilers Show. I'm your host, Deffinition, and this is the channel where we explain it so you don't have to. The second season of Killing Eve has just had its worldwide release on iPlayer after debuting last month in America, and if you've been keeping up with the villainous adventures of Villanelle, then you'll know that there's a lot to unpack from the show. Throughout this video, I'll be breaking down everything that you need to know about the Season 2 finale and giving my thoughts on where the show could go down the line. This is full spoilers ahead, so if you don't want to know what happens in the finale, then I highly suggest that you turn off now. With that out of the way, I just want to give a huge thank you for clicking this video. I hope you enjoy it. Now sit back, relax, and let's get into my breakdown of Killing Eve Season 2. Killing Eve Season 2 is pretty much a mirror of the finale of the first season, with Eve being wounded by Villanelle instead of the other way around. Killing Eve has basically become about, well, killing Eve, and the season ends on a huge cliffhanger that ties back into the title. From the beginning of the season, Villanelle was on the run from MI6, and this run was basically about her trying to reclaim her name and claw her way back to the top. By the end of the 8-episode run, the titular Eve and Villanelle ended up working together in order to investigate the nefarious businessman Aaron Peel. Peel had ordered the Ghost to kill his father and all his partners, and this was sort of the driving force of the season. Whilst the season had teased that Peel would be selling a weapon to Raymond, Villanelle's old handler, this actually turned out to be digital data that was being collected on everyone in the world and would provide a wealth of blackmail material. In the end, Eve and Villanelle reach Peel's villa, and the latter slits the tycoon's throat, making him watch his own death in a mirror. Whilst pretty much everyone apparently didn't want Villanelle to do this, it in fact turned out that this had been Caroline's plan the entire time, and this explained why MI6 was deliberately not leaving a paper trail of the work, as pointed out in episode 4. Due to there being no record of Villanelle's association with MI6, the death of Peel can be written off as a rogue assassination committed by the 12 and Constantine. During cleanup, Eve realises that she's been a pawn the entire time and that the mission had always been to kill Peel rather than to just collect information on him. Kenny paid lip service to this earlier in the season after he was fired by Caroline, and it pretty much leaves Eve in the same position that he was, with no evidence to prove anything. This leaves Eve wondering whether she can even continue working for the government, or if it's best that they part ways. Adding to this divide, Eve herself has become a killer, and whilst the title of the show was always assumed to be that Villanelle would kill Eve, it actually means in some ways that Eve has become a killer herself, taking on the moniker Killing Eve. Throughout the finale, it's clear that this is what Villanelle wants, and she manipulates her into killing Raymond. Eve even adapts a lot of the tactics that Villanelle uses, such as using a maid's outfit to sneak into places, and it's clear she's becoming a lot like the character that she's been fixated upon for the last 2 seasons. It seems like Villanelle, because of this, has finally won. However, Eve understands that she is a psychopath, and thus their definitions of love are completely different. Villanelle sees love as ownership, which is why she states "you're mine" in the episode when asked to define what it means. Due to their thoughts on the matter being polar opposites, Eve walks away and thus is shot and apparently killed for it. Now this is obviously going to be a big point of contention with fans, and as we know from when Villanelle tried to shoot Constantine, she's not very skilled with a gun. To me, this is a little tit for tat, with Villanelle deliberately doing this as a sign of rejection that mirrors the stabbing from the ending of the first season. There's no way Eve is dead, and with the show being renewed for a 3rd season, we will definitely be seeing a return of the character, in my opinion. Personally, I think that Season 3 will flip Villanelle's opening in this season, and we follow as Eve tries to recuperate before being pulled back into the fray of MI6. Similar to Villanelle's journey in this season, I can see Eve initially being accepting of this. However, she will too, like Villanelle did, break the shackles that her contractors have over her and go off on her own. Perhaps even in the Bonnie and Clyde way that Villanelle wanted. For the finale of the 3rd season going into the 4th, I can see the 2 pairing up and taking down the 12, Constantine and MI6, in order to finally break free of their control and to live their own lives, possibly together, though it depends on whether Villanelle can learn to love or not. I had a lot of fun with this season, and the black comedy aspect to it makes it a really great watch that had me gripped throughout. I'm massively looking forward to Season 3, and I can't wait to see what the BBC have in store for us down the line. Obviously, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, and if you agree with my take on the ending or not. Comment below and let me know, and if you enjoyed this video then please like it, and make sure you check out my breakdown of all the episodes of Season 5 of Black Mirror, which will be linked at the end. As you could probably hear, I've still got a really bad throat, so thank you for bearing with me through this video as I croakily try to explain things, and I much appreciate it if you made it this far. Cheers. This is a channel for people who are never missing television, so if that's the kind of thing you like, you need to subscribe to Deffinition. Thanks again for taking the time to watch this. You've been the best, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Peace.